Namaskar, this is Dr. Isha Sharma, Regional Mentor of Change for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. It gives me immense pleasure and utmost satisfaction that such kind of podcasts have been done at not only even at the national level but also at the international level, covering all the regional mentors, their experiences, their expertise, their challenges, their stories, and henceforth we are actually trying to create such kind of a virtual repository of knowledge and experiences which is so naive and so unique. And I think such kind of podcasts are going to facilitate or possibly promote the cross fertilization of ideas and cross fertilization of unique experiences, because every mentor is possessed with different kind of skills, every mentor is possessed with different kind of specialization. So thereby hearing each other's specializations, hearing each other's expertise, and not only hearing but also making it to reach to the wider masses is something that has been taken up so beautifully. And I think my suggestion towards such kind of initiative is that such kind of podcast should also be circulated to the students also, to the teachers also, ATL in charges also, because it's a network. We are just operating in a hub and spoke kind of a model. And such kind of initiatives are actually going to create the possibilities of networking, collaborations, which are so critical for making this Atal Innovation Mission a success. And at the outset, I would like to congratulate Mr. Vinod Tiwari for just bringing up a different kind and a very unique kind of an innovative way of sharing the experiences, sharing the mentoring stories and opinions of mentors across India, and not only across India but also making them to reach to the wider masses. Thank you, thumbs up, and best of luck.
Welcome to the special edition of the podcast series, Regional Mentor Interview by Vinod Tiwari, where you will discover true motivational stories of India. To represent 34 states and 722 districts of India, there is only 90 regional mentor of change and around 5,000 plus mentor of change who are associated with the flagship initiative of Atal Tinkering Lab by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog. These intellectuals and experts have been selected for mentoring to 7,200 schools across India, where approx 5 million students are benefited directly, with a vision to cultivate 1 million children in India as Neoteric innovators. Mr. Vinod, the host of the show, is also a regional mentor of change for Gujarat State, a best-selling author, international speaker, engineering director, and influencer, solar expert awardee, a strategic thinker, and has been referred to as a magician of words. He is truly a professor of success principles from the University of Life. In this podcast, he is going to interview one of the important regional mentors to learn about his journey, accomplishments, and ATL success till date. It would be definitely quite informative and motivating for all of us. Enjoy, and you can thank us later.
Hello and namaste and good evening. I'm honored to welcome each one of you to the one and only podcast show for students from all over India who are associated with Atal Tinkering Lab and those who wish to get engaged with the flagship initiative by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog.
Welcome to the special edition of the podcast series, Regional Mentor Interview by Vinod Tiwari, where you will discover true motivational stories of India.
This episode is sponsored by RKSWealth.com, a fastest growing company promises to be your partner into the journey of financial freedom. So you might be thinking that who are the regional mentors and who are the mentor of change? Let me just explain. To maximize the input of the Atal Tinkering Lab, Mentor of Change program is envisaged to be the largest formal volunteer network in India. Mentor of Change is aimed at engaging leaders, industry community professionals, brilliant technocrats, entrepreneurs, who can guide and mentor young students in these labs for their neighboring schools to be as a role model for young innovators. After competitive rounds of the selections and reviews, top mentors from all over India has been identified and selected to take extra responsibility of their respective states. So approximately 91 regional mentor of change has been selected in 2 batches from existence of 5,000 plus mentor of change across the nation. So we are going to interview all of the regional mentor of change on an alphabetical basis and batch wise. So here in this episode, I would like to invite the First Lady, Dr. Isha Sharma, who is a regional mentor of change from United Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Welcome Dr. Isha to the podcast, and here is my first question to you. Can you please brief about you, your journey, your achievement so far 2021?
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Isha Sharma and I'm just going to talk about myself. Being a person who has been associated with academia over the last 1 decade, I would like to say I have been associated with the Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Mission, and when I am saying Atal Innovation Mission, I want to say the Mentor India program categorically. I have been associated with the Mentor India program from past 4 years, and over the 4 years my objective has to just penetrate innovation-centric pedagogy, innovation-centric learning, innovation and entrepreneurship-centric learning to those hinterlands which has been actually untouched, which has actually remained untouched, or which has not been touched upon by the mainstream academia. And in this pursuit, Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Mission has provided me an opportunity to enter into those hinterlands and to just change the aspirations and intentions of the students, especially to carve entrepreneurial niche for themselves. Now, the basic objective of this program is that it just fits into my personal objective of changing the fortunes of millions of children across India. And how come? Primarily by creating those intentions, by creating those aspirations, and by creating those ambition amongst the students that are pure entrepreneurial in nature and innovation centric across different schools, across different areas, across different regions in India. And primarily what motivates for me to just endorse and to lead this kind of a program is the volunteerism. Volunteerism means the position, the aspiration of joining this kind of a program without any motivation that is connected primarily with the monetary incentives. And the art of volunteerism is something, the love for volunteerism is something that always have attracted me to just endorse and promote the Atal Innovation Mission's Mentor India program across regions and sectors. Thank you.
Thanks for your nice introduction, and good to know that it is matching with your personal objective of changing the future of millions of children. Great. So guys, many of you would be thinking that what exactly is the ATL? I'll just brief about it. It is one of the aggressive initiative by our Prime Minister of India to establish innovative workplace in high schools based on the global living lab models, allowing a regular exchange of innovative ideas between the schools, teachers, expert mentors, Niti Aayog team, parents and other relevant stakeholders. So the objective of this scheme is to foster curiosity, creativity and imagination in young minds and inculcate skills such as design, mindset, computational thinking, adaptive learning to empower critical thinking, communication, and problem solving. So, as on today, there are approximately 7,200 Atal Tinkering Labs which has been successfully established across India, and out of which 70% of them are either in the government schools or government aided schools, including girls or co-ed schools. So hope you got a brief understanding about the Atal Tinkering Lab. Okay, so here we go for the second question. So Dr. Isha, we would like to understand that why did you got influenced to the flagship initiative of Atal Tinkering Lab by Niti Aayog? Can you please narrate your perspective?
The reason for what has impacted or what has influenced me to be the part of the Atal Innovations Missions Mentor India program and category when we are talking about mentoring those students who have got actually the potential to be the potential innovators or entrepreneurs at such an age which is so critical and so important, and any impact at such level wherein you can target the formative years of career development of the students was going to be a game changer. And I think that kind of a perspective has actually influenced me to be part of the Mentor India program. And being a regional mentor of the change for Atal Innovations Missions Mentor India program for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, I think there was a gap in terms of impacting the students, impacting the aspirations of students, impacting their connectedness with the mainstream policies that were actually directed for carving an innovation-centric niche for the students. But somewhere down the line, because of the systemic rigidities, systemic, slowness, as well as the systemic issues pertaining to the reach out, pertaining to the penetration of those policymakers for the students that are actually part of the mainstream economic development of a country which is so diverse, which is so heterogeneous when we are taking the case of India. So being a regional mentor and operating from an area that is Jammu and Kashmir, which is politically so sensitive, wherein internet is internet I won't say is a necessity, but it falls under the category of desire. So catering or building the fortune of the students or building the fortune of these neotric innovators through policy making or through the Mentor India program was something that influenced me, and why we are going to be different, or why we are going to be lesser impactful in comparison to the mainstream metropolitan cities. And that is why bringing Jammu and Kashmir's innovation landscape and connecting it to the mainstream innovation landscape across India was something that triggered me, or I would like to say was something that provided me the threshold motivation as well as confidence to be part of this mainstream policy making initiative that was launched by the government of India.
Dr. Isha, we salute your contribution. You're doing a great job at the place where it is very politically sensitive area like Jammu and Kashmir, and the internet is not easily accessible. But yes, we can assure that soon it will be aligned as per the mainstream of the metropolitan cities of India. Well, I'm so excited to tell you that the project, which was initially started like as a pilot project, has become one of the biggest and successful project of the country, Atal Tinkering Lab. And till today, around 1.1 lakh innovative projects has been created for social and cross-cultural collaborations, ethical leadership, and to help in building innovative solutions for India's unique problems. Well, in order to foster inventiveness among students, Atal Tinkering Lab do conduct different activities ranging from regional level, national level, and school level competitions and exhibitions or workshops. So you will agree that today we stand on the brink of a technological revolution, which will certainly alter the way we think, we live, we work, we shop, we eat, whatever we do. And this is called Industrial Revolution 4.0, which is a digital fusion actually of technologies such as artificial intelligence, robotics, the Internet of Things, autopilot vehicles, 3D printing, nanotechnology, material science, biotechnology, quantum computing, you name it, there are so many. So completely it's a digital revolution 4.0. So here is my third and last question to you, Dr. Isha. What are those 3 unique skills which are much required by the students for Industrial Revolution 4.0?
Categorically talking about the 3 important skills that are required for Industry 4.0. The first one is building the skill of creating a culture that is research and innovation intensive, because we cannot create innovations or we cannot nurture entrepreneurship unless we have got a culture of entrepreneurship. Because when we are having the culture of innovation, I think it is going to create those entrepreneurial mindsets or innovation centric mindsets which are going to drive what we are calling or what we are referring to Industry 4.0. And I think that is going to be the first skill. So innovation and entrepreneurship mindset is something which is going to be a critical differentiator across economies, especially when we are talking about the students at the formative years of their career development, because these mindset is going to develop the entrepreneurial intentions, and finally these intentions are going to carve the decision making, which is going to be completely entrepreneurial or innovation centric. The second skill, which is very critical, very central, especially when we are talking about India as a broader context, and that skill is networking, or I can say entering into collaborative arrangements, entering into collaborations, because we cannot rely on competitive setups all the time. So we have to be cooperative, we have to be collaborative, we have to nurture each and other specialization, especially when we are talking about India, which is although labor intensive, and that is why we are looking for those partners which have got some kind of specialization in technology or human resource expertise. Collaborations and collaborative arrangement is going to be the second important skill. And the third important skill, which generally we are talking about, is the development of the problem solving skills. And when we are talking about problem solving skills, it means the ability to take risks, to confront uncertainties, to go for experimentations, endorsing the culture of failures, because failure is something which is considered to be complete no in the Indian context, and we have to consider it as a new normal. So I would definitely say, or definitely thumbs up for building the skills that are centrally problem solving oriented, because industry is looking for problem solvers rather than generalists who are just carrying forward the problems from one step to the another step. And that is why only then we will be able to compete with what we are calling as and emerging Southeast Asian bloc, So I think that is going to be the third important skill in this new India, which we are seeing full of innovations and entrepreneurship.
That's wonderful. You have really well defined those 3 major skills. Very impressive, and I'm sure that your provoking thoughts are going to inspire and motivate millions of children across the India. Thank you very much, Dr. Isha Sharma. Guys, truly I believe that this mission could not be so successful without the contribution of each and everyone. And here I would like to convey my sincere thanks to all the parents, the teachers, the mentors, IITs, IIMs, government organizations, public companies, tech giant companies, IT organization, all of them have supported well. And last but not the least, the AIMT and the able leadership of Niti Aayog. I would like to say that this is a massive revolution, and it is all happening because of the big vision of our beloved Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi. This is happening because of the able leadership of the Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, the CEO of Niti Aayog, Shri Amitabh Kant, the Mission Director of Atal Innovation Mission, Dr. Chintan Vaishnav and Mr. Ramanan, and definitely a dedicated team, Ms. Deepika, Ms. Swati Rao, Ms. Madhuri, Mr. Ronak, Ms. Naba, Ms. Varya. They are really working hard to make this happen. And finally, all the students who are really the center of attraction, who are learning and growing from innovator to entrepreneur. This episode is sponsored by rkswealth.com. A fastest growing company promises to be your partner into the journey of financial freedom. Hope that you have enjoyed the session and looking forward to see you on next Monday with a new personality, the new regional mentor of change from different state of India. Till then, stay safe and stay motivated. Have a pleasant evening. Goodbye.
Appreciate your time to join this week episode. We hope that you have enjoyed the knowledge and content as shared by the regional mentor of change. We would like to convey our sincere thanks to Niti Aayog, AIM team and all the sponsors. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate and review. And you can also share it with others on your social media and WhatsApp groups. This show is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and you can choose your favorite channel. Join us again on next Monday to meet exciting new personality from a different region of India. To catch all the latest podcast from Mr. Vinod Tiwari, you can follow him on Instagram at I am Vinod Tiwari. See you next Monday. Have a pleasant evening.